Hello everybody and welcome back. My name is Winback, and on today's episode of Heroes of the Storm, we are going to be playing yet another primeval. His name is Mephisto. He is the Lord of Hatred. We hate things, we do damage to them, that's how it works. We're playing on Tomb of the Spider Queen today, which is a wonderful map for Mephisto. Nice, claustrophobic, bunched up, lots of stuff happening, really easy to do damage with him. But this is a YouTube video, so feel free to like, comment, and subscribe your heart out. We're doing 4 videos per week. Will eventually happen upon a character that you want to know about, and I've started to put them in super convenient playlists for you, so if you're interested in a specific role, you can check that out as well on the channel page. But all that being said, if you are not familiar with Mephisto, he's pretty simple, but really effective. Our Q ability is called Skull Missile. What this is going to do is fire off a skull that is also a missile. You guessed it, really, oh my god, taking a lot of damage. Down to about 2% of our health bar. Just 161 health on the first engage, baiting people on the enemy team out of their minds. Gotta trade 1 bear for 2 kills. 3 kills it looks like. Skull Missile though. 8-second cooldown, conjure a skull that travels in a target direction after 0.75 seconds. It's going to deal 132 damage and slow people by 25% for 2 seconds. That is Mephisto's probably easiest form of wave clear, and it is going to be the most difficult part of Mephisto's kit to hit. So, all that being said, aiming is really important. I just bit the shit out of my tongue in the middle of saying all that stuff. Aiming is pretty important with Mephisto, but it's a lot easier with your other abilities because they don't have such a massive, ridiculously stupid, hyper-long wind-up. Our W is called Lightning Nova. This is the big circle you are seeing around Mephisto right now. Just going to block that ETC to get hit by all of our abilities and take those 2 kills. Trading our death, completely worth it. Absolutely love everything that you can do with this character, even if we're just going to die. But Lightning Nova is ultimately the way that you deal all the damage with Mephisto. So what this is going to do is we're going to get that ring of lightning around Mephisto for 2.5 seconds. Enemies that get hit by the ring are going to take 50 damage every 0.25 seconds at level 4. Every time Lightning Nova hits a hero, it's going to increase the damage from up to 30%, 3% per tick. So if you're hitting multiple people with your Lightning Nova, your damage is going to ramp up much faster. And on top of that, it is going to, well, I guess we need to talk about the trait before we talk about anything else in Mephisto's kit, so we'll get there. But our E is called Shade of Mephisto. It's going to teleport us to a location. We're going to deal a small amount of damage when we blink to that location, and then after 2.5 seconds, Mephisto is going to be teleported back to where he teleported from. This is completely involuntary. You are not in control of how you go back unless you talent for it, and everyone and their grandmother can see where you teleported from. So this is the biggest, absolutely 100% largest counterable I guess play that you can make with Mephisto, because Shade of Mephisto is always going to take you back, no matter if you're stunned, if you're rooted, if you're slept, whatever is going on with you. When that timer ends, you are going to fly back, unless you are time stopped or you are cocooned or something to that effect that just breaks the shade. All that being said, you do have to be careful with what you're doing. So even if you get Anduin pulled from, certain death, if you are Shade of Mephisto'd during that time, you're still going to launch back to wherever you started, which may actually kill you and waste that cooldown from Anduin. It's really dangerous, but also really, really good at helping Mephisto harass people from relative safety if you're using the ability intelligently. Now, all of this really absolutely matters so little when compared to Mephisto's trait. Our trait is called Lord of Hatred. Hitting enemy heroes with basic abilities is going to reduce our basic ability cooldowns by specific amounts. So every ability that Mephisto has reduces different durations. So Skull Missile and Shade of Mephisto grant 1.5 seconds of cooldown reduction per hero hit, and Lightning Nova is going to give us 0.3 seconds per hero hit. Now, a lot of people aren't aware that Shade of Mephisto does damage, and it can be used to reset those cooldowns. So, if you're within a very small range of resetting your Lightning Nova, which is your main form of damage, or even your Skull Missile if you need it, you can blink onto a group of people, get those cooldowns back, and then have your way again. Obviously, Lightning Nova is the most consistent way to get the cooldowns back, but Skull Missile and Shade of Mephisto give you much, much more cooldown reduction very quickly. So, if you hit those abilities, you're going to get some big cooldown reduction. It's really helpful. Now, Mephisto has 2 ults to choose from. Luckily, the uses of each are very situational, so you can make your own decision about how you want to use them. But our build this game is going to focus around Durance of Hate. After 1 second, we're going to unleash a wave of evil spirits that root the first enemy hero hit for 2.5 seconds and deal 356 sandwiches to them over the same duration. No, it's going to deal a bunch of damage to them, and it's going to root them. And when it roots someone, it is going to arc outwards from the person who has been rooted, and if there is anyone else on the enemy team standing in that circle as the durance spreads, they are going to be rooted. You're going to see it right now. Hit that Hogger, and then it spread immediately over to the ETC, so we can just stand on top of them with our Lightning Nova and do a shitload of damage. Absolutely fucking incredible how good this ability is for setting up the rest of Mephisto's kit. His other ult is called Consume Souls, not to be confused with the Gul'dan talent that just eats minions, but it is going to basically just call down a whole bunch of damage after a 2.5 second channel, and it's going to slow those targets, let's see, by 25%, seems kind of whatever, for 2.5 seconds. Basically, a lot of people are using that ability to secure kills on low health targets, but I think you have to build specifically around that ult when you want to take it, and I'm not super into that. Durance of Hate is much more flexible in what you can pick, how you can play with it, and all of the uses that you get from it. Just miss. Oh my god, he walked back into it. We're just going to root him at the tip of that thing because I was not expecting him to get hit, honestly. Really worked out well. Since ETC's dead, we can now start running through the rest of the... I guess we lost May, but... Greymane in the bottom lane, pushing buildings as one does when you're playing Greymane, because it's really just... I mean, what else are you going to do? I don't know why he's going that way. I don't know why it took him so long to get on his mount. Lots of decisions from this player that I don't understand, but looks like we're going to take him down. But he got the fort, so I guess that was worth it to him. Probably a better play anyway. Would have been nicer if he could have gotten away, but all things considered, it's probably pretty smart. So our build is going to start with Furious Spark. Every third hit from Lightning Nova against the same target deals 104 bonus damage. Oh my god. And we're going to get 2 mana back. So the mana recovery is pretty cool, but mainly the extra damage that you get from the ability is even better. You can see it there on ETC. We hit him 6 times with our Lightning Nova, and he took an additional 260 damage on top of everything that he was already eating. Trying to save you so hard there, buddy. It just wasn't meant to be. I'm sorry. But that ability is going to lead into the rest of the kit so well, and we'll talk about that when we get there. But just remember, Furious Spark gives you a lot of wave clear, gives you a lot of... actually, this is... Yeah. So it doesn't even just apply to heroes. This is another really good way that Mephisto can clear waves, even though he's not very good at it until you get the level 7... No, it's a level 4 talent. I'm dumb. Level 4 talent is called Spite. Spite increases regen globe healing duration by 150%, and every tick of regen globe healing activates Lord of Hatred, reducing basic ability cooldowns by 1 second. So every time that you get a globe, you're going to reduce your cooldowns, and you don't have to hit enemy heroes to do that. Now, I know what you're thinking, Mephisto should be killing heroes all the time, but in some situations, really, Mephisto's the only one who can clear a wave, and you have to do that with your Lightning Nova and a globe. And that globe duration increase, let's see, what's the normal globe time? It's either 3 or 4 seconds. Oh my god, I hit the invisible Greymane. I had no idea he was there. Was he full invisible? Let's go back. I want to see it again. Oh no, he rolled into it. Wow, he's really difficult to see when he's rolling. That's fucking incredible. I was just aiming for the big beefy dudes, and I'll take the complete and total serendipity of that any day. Anyway, regen globes, I don't know, I can't remember the duration, but you can see it in our health bar right there. It ticks for quite a while, and every single one of those ticks is giving us a full second of cooldown reduction on all of our abilities. Don't let me die, please don't let me die. Ooh, good avalanche. Get away from me, Hogger. Leave me alone. Go away, Tygus. No, grenade. Oh, he missed the grenade, and the beam isn't going to be enough to kill me, and Hogger doesn't get the bounce. I'm going to live with less than 200 health, because fuck yeah, I never die. So our 7 talent, this is more kind of up to you. This is an entire tier based on upgrading Shade of Mephisto. All of the abilities are good in some way. Ghastly Armor, I think, is the best one if you really can't decide, because Ghastly Armor is going to give you 20 armor while your shade is going, and for 2.5 seconds after. Keeping you alive longer to do damage is important, but I was trying out Froststorm again in this video. So while Shade of Mephisto is active, enemies who are hit by Lightning Nova are slowed by 15%, and the slow from Skull Missile is increased to 50%. Instead of the... Oop! Nice. 1 root. It's not going to hit anybody else, though, because they walked away directly into my team, who's dealing all the damage in the universe to them, and that is disgusting amounts of damage to the enemy team. But the slow on Skull Missile is 25%, so doubling that seems really good. Trickery. With the move speed, it's pretty impressive, too, because it lets you reposition for your Lightning Nova a bit better, but make your own decision at level 7. It's all kind of based on whatever you need. Our level 10 talent we already talked about. Shard of Hate is going to be our 13th talent. Basic attacks near the primary target are going to splash, and they're going to activate your trait, your Lord of Hatred, reducing your cooldowns by 1 second, which is amazing because, ooh, big 2-man snowball. I'm trying to get into range to hit. Oh my god, it did still hit one. It still hit both of them because it arced outwards, and they did not get out of the circle. Holy shit. Way to go, me. But having your basic attacks cool down your abilities as well, on top of your abilities doing that, just gives you more ways to reduce cooldowns for your abilities that deal all that fucking damage. So you can see how it works. Mephisto is a cooldown machine, and it is really important that you have those going. So having one more way to do that when your basic attacks couldn't previously do that is really important. Hysteria, really strong with Durance of Hate as well. I think it's just really good ability if you want to. You could basically turn the 50-second cooldown of Durance of Hate into like 10 to 15 seconds. It's nuts. The 16 talent we're picking up, though, Static Field. When Lightning Nova's damage reaches its 30%, enemy heroes hit within its radius are going to take 10% of their maximum health as damage. That means that we have to hit heroes 10 times to get it all the way up to the 30%, but that isn't just hitting one hero. We can hit multiple heroes, and as long as the cumulative amount of hits that we're getting goes up to 10, and we get that 30% full bonus damage, we are going to start chunking off 10% of a character's maximum health, which is insane against characters like Artanis, Hogger, and ETC. ripping those big health bars all the way down. And even to some extent, Greymane and Tychus have larger health bars for the DPS dealers. So it's good. Lightning reaction I also love as well, because it kind of gives you this really cool interaction between your Q and your W. But ultimately, since we took Furious Spark at 1, it's just going to be more advantageous to take that static field, get that percentage damage. Animosity, it's just not very strong. I would stay away from it. Even increasing the duration of the Lightning Nova and the maximum bonus damage that you can get. I mean, it's just... Usually you're using your Lightning Nova when you're blinking in with your Shade of Mephisto. So the longer your Lightning Nova is doesn't really impact how much damage you can do when you blink in, because the duration of your blink in doesn't extend. So then you just blink backwards and you have some extra time on your Lightning Nova. Like, it's not super useful. Our 20 talent, we're picking up Unspeakable Horror because this talent got buffed recently. And what it does now is when the ability hits people at 20, it is going to silence and root them for 3 seconds. So imagine anybody getting hit with your Durance of Hate. Say it's an ETC channeling a Mosh Pit or an Anduin channeling a Holy Word Salvation. Those bad boys are going to get silenced out of their channel. They're going to get stuck, and they are most likely going to be killed because all of the damage that you are just dumping on top of them. Really, really, really strong level 20 now, and with the amount of uptime that you can get on that bad boy, especially if you take Hysteria, it's just OP how good that talent is. So there it is again. Silences enemies while they are rooted and for 3 seconds after its root expires. Holy shit. So let's put that into numbers. That's 2.5 seconds of being rooted and silenced, and then 3 more seconds. So that's 5.5 seconds of being silenced out of your abilities on an AoE ability that is basically on such a short cooldown you can fling it whenever you want to. It is insane how good this talent is. And I think that in and of itself is going to overtake the extremely strong nature of Mimic. So Mimic at 20 is going to give you a lot more DPS from your Lightning Nova when you're using your Shade, but this is just the Playmaker ability, and that's what I am about. That's what I love about this character. Anyway, so the build again, in case you need it: Furious Spark at 1, Spite at 4, Froststorm at 7, Durance of Hate at 10, Shard of Hate at 13, Static Field at 16, and Unspeakable Horror at 20. Our Nova didn't even get to pick a level 20 talent. Oh my god, we just killed so much. But that's going to... Oh my god, 33 to 7. That's... She still beat me in damage. No idea how. Got one more kill than I did too. She was popping off. Like, that Nova was just kicking some serious dick in. You know what I'm saying? Wow. She must have been landing just snipe after snipe after snipe. Kudos, Nova. Way to go. But that's it for me. I will be back tomorrow with some more stuff. Maybe we'll try another Primeval or Lesser Evil from the Diablo series. Who knows how I'm feeling when that happens. But thanks so much for watching. GG's, and I will see you next time.